A few years ago, there's a story about an economic delegation that visited Iran. One businessman, feeling elated by the warm reception, expressed his gratitude at the welcome event, saying, "It's my first time visiting the Arab world, and I've had a wonderful impression." The mood, once friendly and warm, suddenly turned cold. We don't know what happened to the business after, but it likely faced some difficulties. To cut to the chase, Iran is not Arab. Iran is Iran, and Arabs are Arabs. Nothing irks Iranians more than being mistakenly referred to as Arabs. The confusion is somewhat understandable. Iran is located in the Middle East, just like the Arab nations. Furthermore, to many, their scripts look similar, winding and curling on the page, and since both regions predominantly follow Islam, distinctions often blur. However, there are numerous differences between Iran and the Arab world. First off, the ethnicity is different. Iranians are of Aryan descent, physically and structurally closer to Europeans. The very name Iran translates to land of the Aryans. On the contrary, Arabs primarily consist of Semitic and Hamitic peoples, historically nomadic, roaming the deserts of Southwest Asia and North Africa. Iranians, having embraced agriculture for a long time, have cultivated lifestyles and thought processes that are quite distinct from the nomadic peoples. A comparable country would be Turkey. Despite being part of the Middle East and Islamic, Turkey is occasionally mistaken as Arab. However, the Turks are a completely different ethnic group. Language further distinguishes Iran and the Arab world. While Arabic is spoken in Arab regions, Iran uses Farsi, an indigenous language with a rich history stretching over 2,500 years. While the scripts may appear similar due to historical Arab influences over Iran, they are not identical, with Farsi having 32 letters, 4 more than Arabic. Most importantly, due to significant differences in grammatical structures, the two languages are not mutually intelligible. Farsi, in fact, aligns more closely with English in sentence structure, following a subject-verb-object order, and is a member of the Indo-European language family. Even in pronunciation, the languages diverge, with Farsi bearing a softer, more fluid tonality, contrasting with the somewhat harsher sounds of Arabic. Farsi is not only spoken in Iran, but is also an official language in Afghanistan and Tajikistan. Additionally, it holds significant influence, being spoken in parts of Iraq, Bahrain, Uzbekistan, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, the Chechen Republic, India, and Pakistan. Religiously, Iran and the Arab world also diverge. Although both follow Islam, there are divisions between the Shia and Sunni sects. While the majority of the Arab world, like most Islamic nations, are Sunni, Iran predominantly represents the Shia, accounting for about 15% of Muslims globally. The separation between Sunni and Shia occurred over disagreements concerning the rightful successor to Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Sunnis believe that anyone capable could be a successor, while the Shia insist that only those from Muhammad's bloodline can assume the position. Iran often makes headlines as a hardline Islamic state, primarily due to its long-standing conflict with the United States over nuclear issues. However, Iran's interpretation of Islam tends to be more liberal compared to some Arab countries. For instance, before the Islamic Revolution led by Khomeini in 1979, it was common for women in Iran to wear miniskirts. Even today, Iranian women wear the hijab more casually, choosing colorful fabrics and wearing it in a way that somewhat reveals their hair, essentially serving more as a scarf. Unlike in some Arab societies, Iranian women can drive cars and even fly airplanes. Due to these various differences, the relationship between Iran and the Arab world is not very harmonious. Thus, mislabeling Iranians as Arabs tends to heighten their sense of injustice. The discord between Iran and the Arab nations is ostensibly due to religious differences, primarily represented by Shia and Sunni sects. However, this conflict is deeply rooted in their long and intricate histories. Iran boasts a glorious past. From the 3rd to the 7th centuries, during the Sasanian Persian era, Iran was a formidable Eastern power that threatened Europe. The empire's vast territories centered around Iran, stretching from Turkey in the west to northern India in the east, dominating the heartlands of the Arab world. During this time, the Arabs were relatively insignificant, mainly shepherding sheep in barren deserts. However, as they united under the banner of religion, forming the Islamic Empire. The tables turned, marking the beginning of a history marred by never-ending tensions between Iran and the Arab nations. Iran perennially dreams of reviving the Persian Empire. The challenging present, a stark contrast to their ancestors' glory, deeply bruises Iranian pride. The Arabs share a similar sentiment. In their nomadic days, they lived in tribal units. The advent of modern times saw European powers like Britain and France partition and rule the region, leading to the eventual fragmentation into numerous independent nations. Today, the Arab world comprises 22 nations, including Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Morocco, and Libya. They refer to each other as brothers and perceive themselves as divided nations, hoping to reunite someday and restore the glory of the Islamic Empire. In essence, the dream of reviving the Persian Empire and the aspiration to resurrect the Islamic Empire are diverging dreams fueling the prolonged conflict between Iran and the Arab nations.